Just need to clear my mind. Just need a little more time.
Oh, yeah. Hey, it's What Up Doe, the What Up Doe, the What Up Doe show. Yo, what up, though, y'all? It's your homeboy. It's the OG Tim Wilson. And yeah, I don't sound excited as I normally am because we had a fucking couple of hiccups before this. So I'm calming down my attitude again. But I want to welcome y'all to the What Up Doe show. Y'all know what it is, man. I'm here with my homeboys, Big Ed and Waze. We are on the What Up Doe show radio network, and this is the What Up Doe, the What Up Doe, the What Up Doe show. Fellas, what's going on? Big Ed, what's happening with you?
Man, nothing much, just chilling. Got a gift Thursday today.
We're gonna find out about that. He got him a new toy. I saw that. Joe, what's happening with you, man?
Man, not much. Been working on some graphic stuff for us all day and getting a hang of things.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that because we got to make everything right. He's working on the graphics, so that's why y'all don't see. Normally, he got the What Up Though show written down there, but it ain't written on there today. So he's working on it though. But we'll be back. We're gonna have it right. We're gonna have it right, and we're gonna have it tight, and we're gonna do what we got to do. We're gonna make it do what it do, baby. Hey, so on my end, man. Still working on stuff I got, basically what's happening on my side is gonna come up in the show because I'm in the middle. I live here in the middle of the nation's biggest story right now, so we're gonna get back to it. Look at him now. He's gonna put it all up in my face. Oh man, let's just get this party started, man. We can worry about that later. Let's do this.
Cheers, fellas.
Cheers.
Do that. Woo! Sorry if that hurt your ears.
Oh, you good?
You know you ain't sorry.
I'm talking to the audience. Not y'all. I'm talking to the audience. So anyway, man, I want to get right down to it. I'm going to get right down to it, and I'm going to hit you with the biggest story. I mentioned it over the weekend when we were doing, earlier this week. I'm sorry, when we were doing the movies, the Waves verse. We had a shooting here, a high school shooting. I don't know how closely y'all been following this story, but Oxford High School, 15-year-old student shot 11 people, 10 students and one teacher. The teacher was only grazed and was in and out the hospital in no time. Was released the same day. 3 students died the first day. One student, a fourth student passed away the following day. So 4 dead. And there's still a 14-year-old girl fighting for her life. She's on life support. She's clinging to life. And so we have some more injuries. And then that's not counting of the injuries of the people that got hurt leaving the building. So a lot of lives changed over it. This 15-year-old child has been charged with terrorism, 4 counts of murder, weapons charges, and other shit. The parents today caught some charges too. They got 4 charges of manslaughter each.
Yep.
This man bought this gun on Good Friday, 4 days before the shooting. Good Friday, he bought this pistol legally. Tuesday, his son shot up the school. Allegedly, and I don't know how much y'all know about it. I don't know if I should keep going because I know too. This is a story that's the opposite of the others. I know this one. So before I go any further, Big Ed, I'm gonna go ahead and let you chime in there if you got something you want to add.
Well, didn't the news reports that I've been hearing say that the same day the parents were in the office, was in the administrative offices to have some type of meeting about the kid's behavior. And he
Yes,
probably had the gun in the backpack at that time.
yes, yes. They were in the they were in the office, um, because of a picture that he drew.
Wow.
It was a picture that he drew of himself shooting people in the hallway, shooting kids in the hallway of the school. So he drew a picture of himself killing kids, killing other kids, of his classmates. And they brought him in, said, "Hey, he's disturbed." They brought the parents in, and they had a conversation. They sent the parents home and sent the kid back to class.
That's just,
A couple hours later, he was coming out the bathroom with a pistol, lighting up the school, shooting and unloading shots. And when he was caught, he still had 7 rounds in his gun. He had 2 magazines, 15 rounds each, extended mag. Um, and he came when they caught him, he still had 7 rounds. Bill, did you have anything you wanted to say?
I know I had read somewhere, I believe it was a Yahoo News article that was sent to my phone that not only were there that basically that gun was actually bought for him by his father for as a Christmas gift.
Yep.
That it's and now the parents are on the run.
Yep.
Not even their lawyer could get in touch with them.
No, they caught.
Oh, they have been
They
caught.
got caught.
Yeah. So yeah, that's true. The pistol was bought for them. Um Now when the father heard about the shooting, these are things that's making them guilty. When the father heard about the shooting, first thing he did was hurried home to see if that gun was missing.
He knew that gun was missing.
No, he didn't know.
Mm.
But as soon as he got home and the gun was gone, he knew who was shooting up the school.
I don't know. I kind of feel that he knew as soon as he heard the school got shot up, he knew who was shooting up the school.
He had to have. He decided he needed to
that's
take
why-
off and run home.
Exactly. That's why that's why he had to run home and see if that gun was gone. When he suspected it. I'll say that. He didn't know. He didn't know, of course, but he suspected it, and that's kind of what's writing them like you knew he was an issue. You knew he was a problem, right?
Mhm.
So when they heard the school was getting shot up, he ran home to see if the gun was gone, and the gun was gone, and he knew immediately that his son. He made a phone call, sent a text message saying, "Hey, I think I know who did it." He called. No, he called 911. I think that's my son shooting up. I know who's shooting up the school. Right. Um, the mom sent him text message saying, "Josh, don't do it," or "Ethan, don't do it." And he was already in the midst of doing it. So they knew what was going on. They were aware. And you bought a disturbed child that you know is a disturbed child, this pistol. He's on social media taking pictures with it, throwing up gang signs and shit,
What the
Saying I just got my baby.
showing off his extended clip. All right.
Jesus.
Couldn't wait to shoot somebody with it.
Yeah. At that point, it was kind of obvious. It was premeditated. The only thing about the parents being charged I don't agree with is it shouldn't be. Uh, what is it? Uh, the charge of
Involuntary
manslaughter. What was that?
They got charged with involuntary
Yeah,
manslaughter.
involuntary manslaughter. the fact that they bought him the gun should automatically qualify them for accessory to murder due to the fact that they bought him the weapon that he used to kill those people.
But the weapon in itself was legally purchased and it's not illegal.
Right.
So that wasn't um I guess they didn't say, "Here, son, here's a gun, go kill some people." You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So that's not that's it was more again, I think the charge is right because yes, you participated in the killing of someone, but you did so unknowingly.
Hmm.
You didn't know that he was going to go kill these people. You didn't encourage it. You didn't ask. You didn't tell him to. You had nothing to do with the murders, other than the fact that you gave opportunity by providing the murder weapon, what turned out to be the murder weapon. But you didn't give him that to make it the murder weapon. It's
Right.
mostly for protection. Um, it was irresponsible. Um, so I think they're going to do ample time.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Four charges is pretty strong. I mean, a man even for manslaughter, four charges of manslaughter is pretty damn bad. So they're gonna do some time. Um, that boy is done.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done.
He's done. He's done for. I mean, the governor came on television crying, uh, virtually. She had to hold herself from crying over the fact that you killed these kids. I mean, 14-year-old girl, two. And I noticed something that they're not talking about. Um, there was two males and the rest were female.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Shot all girls. He shot a bunch of bitches. I mean, that's what's up with that? I mean, I'm surprised they're not mentioning that or looking into it. Does that play into his motive? The
Right.
fact that the bulk of his victims were girls, were female. Um, did you see when they were in the classroom? He was trying to get into the classroom. Did you see that video?
Well, I did see that video, but the sheriff's department came out and said that that was actually one of their sheriffs, and at that time that the suspect was already apprehended.
Okay. All right, because it certainly looks like it certainly looks suspicious.
Hey, they did the right thing. As soon as they heard that sheriff say "bro," they're like, "Yeah, nah, fuck
I'm
that."
out. Open the door, bro. He said, bro. Red flag. I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm out. Fuck that. That's not. He said, bro. They took off. They took off. So yeah, that was a very interesting thing. So, moving forward, um, or should I say, let's fast forward to today. 80 schools in the area shut down today, because of threats of a copycat.
Hmm.
I had a conversation with a school teacher today, and she said, "I can't lie. My school probably would have did the exact same damn thing they did and sent that kid right back to class."
Yeah.
And
Especially if the kid was on the IEP. Cause I don't know about there in Michigan, but I know here in Minnesota, if your kid's on the IEP, they're not allowed to be sent home. Or unless they're a threat. But
but
yeah.
he was a threat.
Yeah, they had to find that out the hard way.
He was a fucking threat. I mean, he's got pictures of him. They brought him in because he drew pictures of himself killing people.
Yeah.
I mean, damn, what do you have to do to be a threat?
Right.
Define the threat. You know,
Yeah.
I can't think
I
of
mean,
what.
physical outbursts, being physical with other students and staff. I mean, if he wasn't physically fighting with students and staff, he's technically not a threat.
Okay, so I draw pictures of me killing. First of all, I've been online showing off my new gun,
Hmm.
and then I come to school and with drawing pictures of me killing other students and saying "fuck my life."
Yeah. There should be
Fuck my life.
there should be some type of repercussion for your administrative staff.
There might be. I don't think they're done. Trust me,
But
Michigan is taking this shit extremely serious.
Hmm.
see, here's the thing though. Here in Minnesota, if you are not physically harming somebody, they're not gonna remove you from class.
How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet that that changes? If you come to
Oh,
school,
it'll change. It'll change now.
Uh, Here's the thing. Even in Minnesota, it's the same thing. The Riley, my son, was not only pulled out of class and pulled out of school and sent home. It was, but he was done. He got that because him and some kid got into an argument, and my son said, "You better watch yourself." That's all he said. And the school's searching his backpack, searching him, searching his locker, and then sent him home when they couldn't find anything on him.
Hmm.
They considered him a threat just because of the words he used.
I remember whooping my kid's ass um, a long time ago when he wrote a note in school that said he drew a picture of himself shooting a girl, and the note said something to the effect that my friend likes you and I'm gonna kill you for not liking him back or some shit like that. And they sent him home. And I was the judge me if you want to judge me. I parented my son a lot different than everybody else. A, I taught him first of all, you fucked up putting this shit in writing. Don't don't do no dumb shit like that ever again.
Right.
Right now, for me, he was in trouble for what he did because he was wrong, but he got his ass beat for lying to me about
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
it.
I remember getting some of those ass whoopings.
No, I didn't do it. No, it wasn't me. Did you write this letter? No, I didn't. Okay, all right. Okay, so here's a sheet of paper. Take this sheet of paper and do this for me. And I read the letter verbatim and told him to write the letter. Write exactly what I'm telling you to write. And I read exactly what he wrote and had him write it. No, I'm not going. It's easy enough for me to compare the handwriting, but it's even easier for me to compare the fact that you spelled the same fucking words wrong in this letter that you spelled wrong in this,
Yeah, give them away.
and the exact same way. So first of all, let me correct you. Liking does not have an E in it.
Now come get this ass whooping.
Now come get this ass whooping.
Hey, oh, I was gonna say what my dad used to say is grab the legs of the chair.
Yeah, because I had more creative ways to punish him when he for doing wrong, but lying to me is an ass whooping.
Mm-hmm.
You come clean with me, we deal with it a different way. We'll deal with it, and I'm gonna teach you a life lesson. But
Right.
I'm gonna make it. We're gonna deal with it. We're gonna fix this. But you lied to me, I'm gonna beat your ass.
Yep.
And that's what happened there. How do we prevent this? So I mean, now I know in black schools, so a lot of the black schools got metal detectors at the door, but we black schools don't seem to be the ones getting shot up anyway.
Mm-hmm. They don't want to take the same measures as they take for black schools, and that's what the problem is. Black schools aren't getting shot up. You might have fights, this and that, but black schools are not being shot up. They have metal detectors at the door. They have a stronger police presence with liaisons. Most black schools have at least two to three, uh, and that's what white schools don't have. They don't even have one liaison for the most part. They have social workers. Social workers are going to be able to prevent a school shooting. They're not going to be able to talk the kid into not pulling that gun out of his backpack because they have no fucking idea that he has it there in the first place.
So do we have are we have
How
we
about
gotten to the place where go ahead, Big Ed, I'm sorry.
how about the parents help the situation out?
Well, you know white people ain't trying to do that shit.
I know what's in my kids' backpacks when they leave to go to school. Why can't the parents help do some of this?
Because not every parent's got the same opportunity. Um and yeah, we know it all starts at home. That's a fact. The fact that you're walking up in the school with a pistol, getting ready to shoot everybody, you probably got problems at home.
Yeah.
So I think that's a point that's not really worth making because if you didn't have problems at home, it probably wouldn't get there. You know, if you're not buying your son a pistol for Christmas, and making it readily available to him, you know, he's probably not walking up in school with it unless
Right?
something else is happening. And if I know mom and dad is going to search my backpack on the way out the house, I probably got my shit stashed outside the house.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we know it starts at home, yes, but at the same time, it can still get to school.
Yeah. And the schools should
Uh,
be responsible for taking those extra measures to protect the other students and to protect all students and staff.
are we there that we got to put that we put fucking metal detectors at all schools? Are we there?
We were there at Columbine.
Yeah. I mean,
Over,
all schools have active shooter drills now.
yeah. Well, you look at, since Columbine, which isn't the first American school shooting, there's hundreds of school shootings since then.
Yep.
Oh, there's
Columbine
been,
is the starting point that it should have started in the first place.
I can't remember where I heard it, but I heard a statistic. I believe it was today that I heard it. There's been 32 school shootings since August.
That's crazy.
Mhm.
That's crazy to me. Um, yeah, it's a very sensitive situation. I'm very sorry it happened. And I was really surprised that, you know, back in the day we had fire drills. You line up single file and walk out the building if you ever get all that shit. And now they have to have active shooter drills.
Mhm.
That's where we are now. And if we're there, we should be not only preparing our kids on how to react to an active shooter. That is one proactive action that we did, and that's good that they did it, because when it came on the speaker and said there was an active shooter, most of the students didn't believe it until the teachers started reacting and doing things that they were taught to do, like barricading the door, and then they jump up and start helping, like, oh shit, this is real.
Yeah.
They barricade the door. So um, there also should be measures to prevent the active shooter from happening.
Exactly.
Not just to protect them. Yes, it's good that they're being taught. to find a way to protect yourself when it happens. But also, there has to be some measures put in place to prevent it from happening.
Yeah, and I think there should be more emphasis on measures to prevent it, because that
Yeah,
yeah,
because three dead, four dead kids is too many.
well yeah, and I've always had an issue with the active shooter drills, because yeah, you're teaching the students how to protect themselves and uh better their chances of survival, but you're also teaching that shooter the best way to get around those, because now that shooter just has to look around the classroom. Okay, well those
Yeah,
windows aren't protected. I just
yeah,
go
no,
into the
I
school
know what they're
courtyard.
gonna. Yeah, and I thought I thought that too, because yes, you're teaching them what to do, but you're also teaching the shooter what you're going to do. But at the same time, it still helped. Uh, I mean, he came out the bathroom with this pistol and lighting people up, and granted, 11 people is bad, but it could have been worse
Yeah.
because he still had seven active rounds
Yeah.
in his pistol
Hmm.
when he got caught. So there could have been more than 11,
Right.
right? Um, but that said, man, I think it's a shame. I think it's bad. It's hard. I don't want to beat it up too much further, man. I think at this point we may be going in circles, but I can't help it. It's a story that to me is worth the extra circle. And thank y'all for your patience. I hope y'all still with us. We'll be right back. This is the What Up Doe Show. And yeah, we are back. We are back. I'm your boy OG Tim Wilson. I got, of course, my guys Big Ed and Waze in the building with me. And I'm gonna go slightly lighter note. I am curious if you at all, if either one of you took the time out last night to watch Versus.
I saw
No.
one clip from Versus, and that is it.
Okay, what's the clip you saw, Waze?
Busy Bones showing how unstable he's always been.
I saw the same clip. I didn't watch it. I got a message from somebody that it was on and asked me if I was watching. I was like, damn, I should watch that. It'd be interesting. But I was too tired and I just crashed out and didn't watch it. And then I hate that I didn't watch it because then this morning um, I saw the video clip of the fight. It turned into what I thought Versus was headed towards anyway. I said it is headed towards somebody's going to actually start fighting on this, and it finally happened. And I hope they don't mess it up. I really hope niggas don't fuck it up like they do most things. By it's too it's competitive, and now that I'm losing, I'm gonna fight. And you know there was a lot of tension with the Jeezy and Gucci Mane one, but
Mhm.
they made it through largely because Jeezy was mature.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for his maturity, that could have got ugly. Um,
Real fast.
Joe, I'll let you tell us what you saw happen.
All I saw was 3 6 was about to go ahead and do perform some song, because all I heard the what I heard was a 3 6 beat starting, but all I hear over the 3 6 beat is Busy talking about don't talk shit while I'm performing or some shit like that. I'm guessing it was Juicy J. I couldn't really tell if it was him or DJ Paul. Said, "Man, suck my dick." And Busy threw something at his ass, and that's when it started. That's all I saw.
See, I tried to watch it. but for some reason, it was part of a fight. It was part of a boxing match that was on. So you had to pay to watch the verses
On what?
on Triller.
Bro, you gotta get
Watch it on
Instagram.
Instagram.
Oh, shit, I didn't know.
Instagram is where it's at.
But
It's
if you
always
try to
been
watch-
on Instagram. That Triller came later. I've never watched it on Triller. I'm Instagram. I've always watched it on Instagram. I've never watched it on Triller.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because on Triller they had it as part of a boxing match. They were the entertainment for the boxing match,
Mm.
and yeah, you had to pay like 300 coins or some shit. And
Yeah,
I was like,
I'm
fuck
good.
that.
When they start talking about coins, I'm like, look, you immature ass app. This shit is not a game.
Yeah, I'm. Yeah, I've never watched it on Triller. Um, I miss Triller. Triller was TikTok before TikTok. As actually TikTok, I didn't know it used to be Musically.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I remembered it, but Triller was so much better. And then all of a sudden TikTok just took off, and I was like, it ain't good as Triller. Why is that one taking off? And it's just more entertaining now. I still liked the Triller platform better, but um, the entertainment on TikTok is unmatched. It's undefeated. It's just better.
Yeah.
TikTok.
TikTok got so popular. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all integrated some sort of a Reels where you could take short videos like TikTok videos and put them on
Same
your
thing. Just like TikTok. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like TikTok. I tell you what though, Instagram got an opportunity, man, because they could you blow up on Reels a lot easier than TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
You do a reel, man, you get a lot more views than TikTok because you've already got this following.
Yep.
My reel, I did one reel and it got so many more views than any of my TikToks. It was incredible. Well, not all. I got a few TikToks that blew up, but I got one that went viral. I went viral once. I had one viral video on TikTok, but the rest of them are, I've had something to do good.
Right.
But that reel just took off. Like I'm like, damn, and I didn't even do shit. But it was interesting. I want to go back to Michigan high schools because there's a story, a great story though, that happened at a Michigan high school that I missed, and I meant to hit it right off of the Oxford thing. It's more of a feel good story,
Okay.
and I don't know if you heard about it, but if you read the story, I'll tell you, it is a fascinating story. Most people didn't read it because they saw the headline and assumed it was tied to the Oxford thing, and that uh, Tom Brady did something nice for the kids at Oxford.
Oh.
That's not what happened. This was Notre Dame High School, Notre Dame Prep High School in the same area though. It's up in that same near Pontiac area. Oxford and Notre Dame Prep, those are all in the Pontiac area. But they were having a meeting. The freshman basketball team had created the freshman basketball team created a group on a text group
Yeah.
so that they could get together and FaceTime and have meetings via FaceTime.
Yeah.
Well, they got the number wrong on one of the students by one digit. Sean Murphy Bunting
Yep.
plays for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's also a native Detroiter. So he still has his Michigan area code. And that one number that they got wrong, by way of one digit turned out to be his phone number.
Yep.
So they called him, well, they texted him. It was a text group, is what it was. They texted him, and he was like, "Did you mean to put me in this group?" And they're like, "Stop playing. What are you talking about?" Yes, we went. He's like, "This is Sean Murphy Bunting. I'm from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers." And they're like, "Okay, all right, funny. Whatever the kid's name, or Josh, or whatever the guy's name was supposed to be, Vincent. What are you doing, Vincent? Stop playing. We got to get down to business." He's like, "No, seriously." He took a picture of himself at his locker. You can see his Tampa Bay shit behind him. Like, serious, this is me. And they're like, "Oh, wow, yeah, convincing, but okay. You're gonna Google somebody else." And he was like, "You know what?" So the motherfucker FaceTimed him. He FaceTimed the group. "Look, motherfucker, this is me. And this is me, Sean Bud." And he started walking around the locker room. "You're in the Tampa Bay. Who is this?" And so they went back and forth at first before he FaceTimed him. They were going back and forth trying to figure out, because they thought it was still the other kid playing a joke. And he's trying to convince them that no. So then he finds out, oh, this is the basketball team that's supposed to be having a meeting. Y'all called me by accident. He FaceTimes and start walking around the locker room. Look, y'all in Tampa Bay Buccaneers locker room, right? Look, here's Rob Gronkowski, Gronk on the screen, like, whoa. They like, oh shit. And then he went to Leonard Fournette, and Fournette grabbed the phone and started really going all over the place with it. And they started saying, "Where's Tom Brady? Where's Tom Brady?" And he was like, "Look, I'm Leonard Fournette. What y'all mean, where's Tom Brady?" What the fuck is that all about?
I got a ring too.
Shit, I'm as famous as I am. Y'all motherfuckers go get greedy. Y'all getting greedy now. That's what he said. Y'all getting greedy now. Damn. And then sure enough, Tom Brady comes to the phone and they go fucking bananas. Oh, fucking Tom Brady. They lose it. And so he kicks it with him for a second and then gets off. So great thrill for him. And, Tom Brady was like, damn, it was actually really cool. It was fun to see the kids get all pumped up, the young athletes get fired up like that. But at the same time, kind of cool that there was a school in Michigan, being that Tom Brady played for Michigan.
Yep.
And Tom Brady, for those that don't know, Tom Brady's last game in Michigan, he kicked Alabama's ass. I don't know if y'all know that or not. The last game he played in Michigan, he kicked Alabama's ass in the bowl game. And this past week, Michigan beat Ohio State ass. Just for those that need to know.
Oh man,
We'll hear about that for the rest of the season.
I'm just wondering if everybody understand that. And Michigan Ohio State game broke all the fucking ratings records for Fox TV. So they blew the ratings away for Fox. Just so y'all know, they did that. So it was fun, man. I thought that was a fun story.
That was
yeah.
awesome. What's up?
Have you ever had any chance encounters with a celebrity, be it any kind of celebrity? Or Joe, either one of y'all, whoever want to chime in first, have you ever had a chance encounter with a celebrity?
When I was back in broadcasting school, I was interning at WCCO in the commercial department. And one day I'm in there, and one of the people that was above me come in and ask me, "You want to meet Sugar Ray Leonard?" Fuck yeah. Joe, you remember the picture?
Yep.
Got a picture of me. I don't know where the hell it is now. I'm sitting here with Sugar Ray Leonard like this.
Whoa, that's strong, man. Sugar was my favorite boxer, man. That's strong right there. And I caught a lot of heat for what I just told you guys. I caught a lot of heat back then for being for having Sugar Ray as my favorite. I know what his number one rival was back then.
Hagler.
No, motherfucker, Tommy
Hearns.
Hitman Hearns. What are you
Hearns.
talking about?
Yeah.
Tommy the Hitman Hearns from Detroit was his number one rival, and I was a Sugar Ray Leonard fan to the bone. I caught a lot of heat for being such a Sugar fan at a time when everybody else was rooting for Tommy. I rooted for Tommy a bit against everybody else, just not when he fought Sugar.
Right.
Ways, you got any chance encounters by chance?
It was kind of a chance encounter. It was more. I was part of a African American students group at my high school, and we had this debate and everything that we were doing, and the host of the debate was Chuck Foreman. And after we had done all of our stuff, I had about a half hour or so long conversation with Chuck at the table while we're eating dinner, just talking about football. And he gave me some of the secrets to what made a lot of great defensive ends great, and I applied those as a defensive tackle.
You know, that's a cool story right there, man. That's Chuck Foreman was a bad man too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great story, man. And me, I have quite a few of them actually, but my favorite one, that was, I guess it's the only one that was really a chance encounter. The others was kind of you were expected to meet celebrities, and it was interesting the celebrities that I met, even though I didn't. But my favorite one, which was a chance encounter that I didn't really expect to encounter a celebrity, and boom, there he is. I was doing stand-up comedy at a club called Chaplin's Comedy Club on Telegraph in 6 Mile in Detroit. And there was this table that sat right in the middle. I was hosting the show. I was the MC. So I was constantly coming to the stage after every comedian, right? And there was just this table. And my way of hosting, because there's what we call the black circuit and white circuit. Chaplin's was kind of a mixture of a crowd. It was a good diverse crowd there, but it was still considered on the circuit as a white club. Because what was considered black clubs, you didn't see white people at all. But the rule of thumb in the white clubs was you ignore hecklers and they go away. That was the rule of thumb in for white clubs. In the black clubs, you annihilate the ass. Okay. And being that I did both, whenever I hosted the show, having that understanding and knowing that I practice in black clubs all week long, and then I come to these white clubs and annihilate and kill a game, right? I'm not going to ignore you. So I always played. I played a Jedi mind trick on the audience, and I say, "Look, when the other comics come up, they come up to do their set. Me, I'm just hosting the show, so I'm just here to talk to you. So if you want to heckle, you want to talk to comedians, be a part of the show. I'm your opportunity, right? Well, I'll take all of that so that the comedians that come on can do their thing without your interruptions, and you just hold out. I'll be right back to the stage when they're done, and you can fuck with me." That was my philosophy, and I would do that. And then I would have fun with them back and forth, but they would respect the other comedians, because when this nigga come back to the stage, it's back on, right?
Right.
There was this table, they were like right in the middle, right, perfectly placed. And it just seems like it was even more light on that table than the rest of the room. And it was these big buff motherfuckers knocking down pitchers and not drinking like a motherfucker, having a ball, fucking with me left and right. Wouldn't stop. Couldn't wait for me to get back to the stage and fuck with me some more. And I'm tearing them up all night. I'm killing their ass, right? And they loving it. They are loving it. They like it. It's just like a challenge, right? Fuck with him and let him bite you. And then they laughing at each other. Oh, he got you, right? And so after the show, I'm out in the hall. I'm talking to J.R. Remick, who was featuring that night. Good friend of mine, good great comedian. And J.R. We were talking, and then people were coming by. You know, we were speaking to people as they come by, and here they come. You could hear them from down the hall. Well, like, oh, here these motherfuckers come. They loud as fuck coming around the corner. So they come around, and I heard, there he is, right? And they come up and they come running up on me, and they grab one of them grabbing me and shit, and they like, yeah, we about to fuck you up now. We got your ass now, right? We cracked some jokes, whatever. We laughed and laughed and all. They had a good time. Like, all right, fellas, y'all have a good time, man. Thank y'all for fun. Blah blah blah. It took off, and Jr. looked at me and said, "You know who that was?" I said, "No." He said, "That's Sergey Fedorov." I said, "Who the fuck is Sergey Fedorov?" He's like, "He's the guy, the new guy for the Wings." So Sergey Fedorov, for those that don't know, is a hockey player. He was from Russia, and he had just came to the Wings. So I wasn't a hockey fan, so I didn't recognize his face or know him. But it was such a big story here that I knew the story of the guy from Russia that just came to the Wings. But I didn't know his name. I didn't know his face. I didn't know shit else about him. But I knew the story.
Right.
You know how some sports stories bleed outside of sports fans. It was kind of that big here locally. And I was like, oh, the guy from Russia. He's like, yeah, that's him. I was like, oh shit. And I turned around and say, Sergey. And they turned around, they came back. And I said, man, I ain't recognize you. I ain't know that was you. And I walked up to him and I was like, yeah, what's going on? And they all laughed and he grabbed me and shit. And he was like, like, all right, man, well, welcome to Detroit, man. Good luck. I hope y'all do great big things, which, by the way, they did. They won quite a few rings during his tenure. And then they left, and I came walking back. I'm smiling, I'm puffed up. I'm hyped a little bit. That was cool. And JR looked at me and said, you walked up to the wrong motherfucker. Oh, hell no.
Oh,
wow. You walked up to the wrong dude, man. That wasn't Sergey. Sergey was the small one with the blue. I'm thinking it's the buff. He's a hockey player. Thinking you got to be buff. No, he was the small one. You walked up to the wrong dude.
Wow.
So, that's my favorite story of the chance encounter I had with a celebrity, especially an athlete. And on that note, man, we're going to take a little bit of a break, but we'll be right back. This is the What Up Doe Show. I'm your boy, OG Tim Wilson. That is Big Ed, and that is Waze, and we are here for you each and every week. All right, man. We back. I'm not going to eat up too much time. I don't have a lot of stories. I'm glad these the first two stories took a little extra time because I don't have a lot of stories. And that's kind of like what we do here, man. We don't have a ton of shit to talk about. We just have a ton of shit to say about the few things we got to talk about. How about that?
Now,
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
anybody wants to read the stories, why don't we let the people know where we can find them?
You
they
can
can find
find them on the What Up Doe Show Facebook page. Is the What Up Doe Show group. It's facebook.com/the What Up Doe Show. And you'll find the What Up Doe Show group page. And all of these stories will be there. That's what I do before the show. I just go to the What Up Doe Show page and see what all I posted and what, not just me, but all of me and the other admins on the site, see what all we posted. And then I pick and choose from those of what's worth sharing.
I would like to correct something Big Ed said. I don't think we want to tell them where we would find them. That seems a little intimidating.
Uh-oh. I don't know what he means by that.
He said, "Let them." He said, "Why don't you tell them where we would find them? Where we could find them?"
I said the stories.
Yeah. Oh, Y'all don't mind me. I've been drinking.
Okay. You did say the story, but that's okay. I know. It's okay. That's what we do here. We drink. So, you hear about RG3?
Oh, the
Ooh.
book.
RG3 has claimed that he was sexually harassed when he was a part of the Washington football team, which at the time was the Washington Redskins, no longer called the Redskins, now called the Washington TF, FT, or should I call it FT, football team.
The WFT.
Washington TFT, the Washington
It
FT.
sounds better if you call it a WTF because that's what you think about when you think about it.
Literally, because they'll win the game. You're
Washington,
like, what the fuck?
the fuck? Well, they've actually been playing okay lately, man.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, what's your thoughts on that, man? Do you think there's any credence to it, or do you think he's bullshitting, full of shit, or what's your thoughts, Big Ed? I'll let you
I
go.
don't know. According to society, we got to take every sexual assault claim seriously.
Ask Bill Cosby.
So, uh, as of right now, until it's proven otherwise, you got to give it at least a little bit of credence because nobody's come out against it.
So what do we do about it then?
Let it run its course. See what happens.
I don't know.
My dumbass was
What's your
muted.
thoughts, man? I saw you mute yourself. I saw you choking over there too, motherfucker.
Yeah.
But what's your thoughts?
One thing about RG3 is he's never been dishonest in his career. He's even said he doesn't play to the best of. He's never played up to the potential that he was talked about with him. So I think he's being absolutely honest. Now, once more details come out, it'd be easier to gauge. But right now, it's kind of I believe him just based off of his history of being honest with the media and everyone else about his own abilities and how he hasn't lived up to his potential. So with that, I don't know. I don't know. It's really tough to tell because we don't really have much information at all. And to be honest, I don't think we're gonna really get too much information because when it comes to sexual assault on a woman, they're more willing to talk about it after a certain period of time.
But once he didn't talked about it, man, you may as well finish.
Right.
You can't once you got up the nerve to admit that you were in that kind of a situation, especially considering you're a professional athlete, a football player of all athletics too. So you're allegedly playing the toughest sport in the world. Um, and now you're saying you were sexually assaulted. If the reason it's normally hard for not sexually assaulted but harassed,
Mhm.
and the reason it's harder for men allegedly is because it's this threat on your manhood.
Yeah.
Um, whereas that portion of it is gone. He's past that, right?
Yep.
He's past that just by admitting that something happened. So I'm curious how this is going to play out. I really am. I'm curious if there's going to be any action whatsoever, because we're talking about the Washington football team,
Mhm.
a team that we call the Washington football team because they refused to create a new name for their team because they still wanted to be the Redskins,
Yeah.
and they put up a big fight about being having to not having to change their name in the first place.
Well,
So the Redskins have problems. Washington, they have they they have ethical issues at the
yes.
top from Jump Street already. So why wouldn't you look into this? What would be a reason to not look into this?
Well, the NFL has a strong case to want to look into this due to the John Gruden incident, and that was with Washington. So with everything that happened with John Gruden in Washington that came to light, this doesn't seem too, I guess, out there to think about because it's during that whole time period at Washington, things weren't right. You have the name issue. You got John Gruden. You got this that just came out with RG3, and you also have female staff saying that they've experienced sexual uh, harassment with the team as well.
Um, yeah, yeah. A big Ed, did you have something to add before I move on?
No.
Okay.
Well, just
Um,
this.
go ahead.
Nowadays, a smack on the ass is sexual harassment. So yeah,
I don't
I
know if that's true.
well, shit. If I walk up to somebody in the workplace and smack them on the ass, and the boss sees it, I can get hit with
Yeah,
sexual
but
harassment.
this is sports. I see basketball players do it all the time.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit! I've
Football
seen
players do
football
it
players,
too.
basketball players, baseball.
Yeah.
Shit.
So I don't think it's I don't think that's sexual harassment and that it's yeah, yes, if you walk up to some random bitch on the street and slap her in the ass, yeah, that's sexual harassment. But I don't think that's the case in sports.
No, and when it comes to the RG3 situation with this, I personally feel as if this is more of a verbal sexual harassment than anything.
Okay. And I didn't read enough of the story to know all the details of it. So,
Yeah.
Right. And I'm just playing devil's advocate. I'm just saying.
well, stop playing, man.
Damn it.
Uh, um, on a more serious note, man, and tragic note, um, I don't know if you saw the Netflix series called The Black Godfather. Not talking about the movie with Forrest Whitaker. Talking about the one about the guy who knows every fucking body.
Mm-hmm.
Clarence Avant is his name, and basically he just had the talent to put the right people in front of the right people to make good things happen, and that was his talent. Is to getting to know the right people and putting people together. And you find him being mentioned at Grammy Awards and all over the place. Everybody knows this dude, Quincy Jones, Clive Davis. From going that high and all the way down to the bottom with guys, just fresh in the business. That's how they got on. They met Clarence Avant. He put them on with this person. This he knows every fucking body. Well, there was a home invasion where his wife was shot and killed
Mhm.
last week or earlier this week, and I saw the picture today of the guy who did it, and I wonder if it was truly just a home invasion and robbery, and when it happened, or if there's more to this story. Um, but I don't know if anybody has anything to add. Big Ed,
I
if
don't
you
know.
got anything.
In my experience with celebrities and more well-to-do people, it's usually somebody set that up.
Mhm.
That's how it usually comes out. Is somebody set that up. It's not like here in the hood, somebody's hungry and thirsty and they just run up in your house.
And yeah, exactly. And when I saw him, he didn't look like. The first thought I had when I saw him, I was like, "That looks like that's a setup." Somebody put him on
Mhm.
it. Joe, you have anything?
I'm not really all too privy with the story at all. I have heard of it, but I haven't really looked into it or anything. Uh, but like Big Ed said, when it comes to celebrities, there's usually a few reasons, but none of them are really home invasion robbery situations. It's usually fans who go overboard, or failed business dealings, or an affair.
Agreed.
And I can guarantee this one wasn't no affair. Not at 80, 90 years old.
Okay. I mean, he can make it. He can make an intelligent hypothesis. He can make an hypothesis about it, an intelligent guess, but it's not a guarantee.
No.
It's not a guarantee because if never know. As many people as this motherfucker know, he might have been fucking some young bitch. He might have some pussy on the side. I'm not gonna put it past him. I'm not saying he does, but I'm not gonna say it's a guarantee that he doesn't.
Right.
Have some pussy on the side somewhere.
Well, check and see if he got a blue pill prescription.
He got
I think we're getting away from it. That's too. It's no. I'm not going there with that story. This man lost his wife, dude.
No,
she was shot and killed, and I'm not going there with this story. Pick a better spot to tell a bad joke. In that note, man, let's take a short break, man. I only got one more story, so we're gonna take a short break. Get this one last story out the way before we get out of here. This is the What Up Doe Show. I'm your boy, Tim Wilson, OG Tim Wilson. I got Big Ed and Ways in the building. Be right back. Yep, and that is my short break, and I'm back. And I only got one last story, man, and then we gonna move on and get up out of this piece. And that story comes from a guy that did something extra. We got a dumbass of the day. I got a dumbass of the day here.
Okay.
This guy in Texas.
Which
over
guy
and over again did the PPP loans. Ended up with $1.6 million in PPP loans. Bought him a Lamborghini. And then got busted. Now he is facing 9 years for stealing $1.6 million from the government.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta say something about this.
Please do. Please do.
That motherfucker's lucky than a motherfucker to only get 9 years off of one. What'd you say? 1.9 million?
1.6.
1.6? Yeah, he's lucky as hell because 1.6 million and basically fraud. Wait, what is this guy's race?
He's black.
I'm really fucking surprised now. What the fuck? Oh shit. Thank you, woke culture. You done got us lighter sentences. God damn.
Not only that, he must have bought himself a lawyer right away.
With fraudulent
ain't
money.
No public defender get him no 9 years.
Public defender wouldn't even try. I don't know if you ever had to deal with them.
Oh yeah.
Public defenders don't even try. They don't want to do a case. Anybody that thinks they're bad lawyers that can't win cases don't understand that they don't try to win cases. They try to make deals.
Yep. Mm-hmm. That's why we call them public.
They try to talk you into taking a plea bargain.
Yeah. That's why we call them public pretenders.
I told this motherfucker, man, I had this public defender when I got in trouble. And and he was trying to sell me this fucking shit, and I'm sitting there, I'm listening to him, and I'm going, no, and he's doing this, and he's doing this, and I said, so why are you trying to sell me on that fucking plea bargain? I don't want a plea. I'm telling you, I didn't do the shit. And he said, well, I'm not trying to sell you. I said, bitch, I'm a salesman.
Mm-hmm.
I know when you're overcoming objections. I know exactly what the fuck you're doing. You're overcoming objections because you're trying to sell me something. I know when I'm being sold. I'm a salesman.
Right.
Don't play me, motherfucker. You gonna help me or you not? If you're not, tell me. I'll get somebody else.
Yep.
I will move on. I will go to right in front of this judge today and tell them, get me another motherfucker. Get me another motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Get this bitch out of here. Don't tell me what the fuck you're not trying to sell me. I know what you're doing. You selling me a plea bargain. The fuck for?
Yep.
Now,
do your fucking job.
I will say this about this case. He really did pull some nigga shit and go get goddamn Lamborghini instead of investing that motherfucking money like a white man.
I bet you was
Yeah.
riding around like Donnell Rollins too.
If that motherfucker would have bought him a nice, and you can get you a really nice car for a lot less money. If you went on and bought you a nice little, maybe even you probably would have even got away with a Cadillac or a Lexus, a nice luxury car, something that's, not overly flashy and extravagant. You could have got away with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you don't jump in a fucking Lambo.
Yeah, no. See, if it were me, I'd buy a minivan. Just leave it at that. Shit. You kidding? I ain't gonna buy no big, expensive ass car. Because if I get caught and I gotta pay this money back, well, that's less money I'd have to pay back on a goddamn minivan than a motherfucking Lamborghini.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I ain't gonna front. I wouldn't have got a minivan, but I wouldn't have got a Lambo. I would have kept it a little subtle. I probably would have got a Cadillac. You know what I mean?
I probably would have got a nice Escalade or something.
You know what I mean? I'm a Cadillac. A nice Escalade ain't cheap, nigga. That ain't. You better get you. I probably would have got me a nice little sedan. Got me a CT5. I probably bought a used one. Bought a cash or whatever. Give me a nice little used caddy, and just chill and be cool. I'm good in a caddy.
Right.
I pick up bitches in the Mitsubishi. I know I can get bitches.
I'm a little more practical with my shit. I get that minivan. I go ahead and get my walls put up around my little podcast area. Get my little sheetrock wall behind me painted green for my green screen, and that would have been good.
And I probably could have did, but I mean, you could do that with a pickup truck too. I ain't got to get a minivan. God damn, you.
Look, I ain't trying to fit that much into white culture out here.
Shit, you getting a minivan? What you trying to be? You just look like a soccer mom.
You fit right in with the minivan.
I'm cool with fitting in with the soccer moms.
Yeah, I see that. Yo, this is your boy OG Tim Wilson, and we would like to thank you for joining us for the What Up Doe, the What Up Doe show. Catch us again next week. We're here every single week. I got my boy Big Ed. I got my boy Wade. We are part of the What Up Doe Show radio network, where you can find the Smoke Session 612, the What Up Doe Show, of course. You can also find the Wade's Verse, where we're counting down to the greatest movie of all time. And we can also catch us on the Fantasy Roundup right now. It's football season, so we're getting people ready for their fantasy football playoffs. And I want to thank you guys for joining us, man. Come back again sometime. On behalf of Big Ed and Waze, I'm your boy OG Tim Wilson. This is the What Up Doe Show.
Just need to clear my mind.